I'm trying to platinum 2 Spider-Man games. In this vid, we're going to be going for Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions came out in 2010, developed by Beanox. It was a huge success compared to Web of Shadows. But was Shattered Dimensions actually that good? With the platinum, let's find out for ourselves. So starting off with the tutorial, we were going for our first trophy, lead on M-dubs. The game begins by introducing us to 4 different playable Spider-Man, each having their respective mechanics. And since the whole thing was very simple, we ended up getting our first trophy. We then started our first official level going up against Craven. This was gonna get us survival of the fittest, which also introduced us to a new mechanic. I can dodge everything. Beanox, this is a bit too OP, no? So you might be thinking, what the f is that? This is for the trophy Manifest Destiny, where you have to do a bunch of challenges throughout the game. But the platinum is a bit dense than it seems, so we're gonna focus on that at the very end. We did end up getting a trophy though for defeating 100 enemies. Once we got to Craven, he wasn't too bad since it essentially was just button mashing. Next up was a Spider-Man Noir level, and we were going up against Hammerhead. This was gonna get us the Hammer Falls. Now these levels, they're proper stealth based. There's a trophy to do a whole Noir level undetected, and I was going to use this particular mission to do that. Alright, watch this space. First try. Open the door, peasant. This one's here. I'm sure there's one more on the right as well. Jesus Christ. I don't think he's alive anymore. Oh, he's coming through this side. Oh, I'm going to wait for him. Don't worry, you f***. I'm coming back. My life, that was probably worse. We also had these sections which involved combat and blended in the both of them. Good thing was that I breezed through them. Bad thing was I didn't know if getting spotted here counted towards the trophy. And if it did, I would have had to do all 30 minutes again. And I really didn't want to do that. So we went on to Hammerhead to find out. Now his fight needed you to blow up these machines to fill the room with fog. This then allows you to perform stealth takedowns. Rinse and repeat in this process got the boss fight done. Beanox gods, don't disappoint me. Oh, I didn't get it. I gotta do it all again. Oh. I'm an impatient man, clearly. Next up was the Hobgoblin, which was gonna get us clipped wings. Now 2099's levels have these free falling sections, and there is a trophy to go through one without taking damage. Bubble weave, bubble weave, bubble weave! And failing felt so good, I thought, let me do it again. Forget this, man. Getting onto the Hobgoblin, his fight needed you to relay his bombs back to him, which was pretty simple enough and got us the trophy. No harm done. What's that for? Complete a level without dying. What can I say, yeah? I'm him. Coming up on Ultimate's first level was Electro. This is gonna get us Now There's a Shock. Now we also had another trophy in mind where we had to keep his rage mode active for at least 1 minute. But me being stupid, I didn't realize there was a much easier way of doing this trophy. Of course it was too late, so I just stayed committed to what I had in mind. And the trophies didn't stop there, because once we started getting closer to Electro, we had a bunch of enemies to deal with. That got us a trophy and accumulating 500 enemies thus far. Now with Electro being full of electricity, and him coincidentally being surrounded by a dam, we had to use the water against him. Hence getting to his final stage wasn't that bad. Regardless, that got us the trophy, which also rounded up Act 1, getting us another one. We then straight away started off Act 2 going up against Vulture for the trophy the cage bird squawks, and we were immediately niced up with a trophy for collecting a bunch of emblems. Great, but why? Oh, I got spotted. Oh my goodness, calm the f down. My life, the level just started. It didn't take us that long though until we got back to status quo. Oh my god, who told it to turn into a kangaroo? It took a bit of time, but once we started going, it... Was he gonna spot me a third time though? Nah, this time I made sure I actually did get him. Getting onto Vulture, his boss fight was actually quite nice. Essentially, we had to wait for him to get in front of these lights, then direct them onto him to burn him down to deal damage. Oh, I'm messing around. Hold on, mate. Give me a second. Are you dumb? But the close combat mixed in with the lights were simple enough, making it easy to get the trophy. We got back to the Amazing Spider-Man for the Sandman. For the trophy, here is mud in your eye. Alright, we have to bonk water off his head top. Grab that shit. I'm confusion. What do I do now? Oh, I gotta go. Bop his ass. Made me look like a buffoon. Wait, no, don't go yet. I just done Zip Master, so that's one more for Manifest Destiny. There's another challenge, but I gotta leave it. I'm so close to getting this done. I'm gonna annihilate his ass. Whoa, pause. There, oi, oi, oi. These levels are getting longer now. Don't lie to me, Beanox. The only thing in my eye is the next level. It's a good transition. And the next level had Ultimate Spider-Man going in a game show up against Deadpool, but the trophy cancelled. Now at this point, this is already turning into the longest level I've done so far, with it being a total of 43 minutes and 27 seconds. And yes, I counted the whole way through. And although I got a trophy for collecting 250 spider emblems, I neglected a lot of stuff in this level. Getting on to Deadpool, it seemed like I ran into an issue. What the Beanox? Who starts off with this little hell? I'm not gonna lie, I expected a struggle, but it was actually alright. Deadpool was very easy. There, cancelled. Alright, on to the next one. 2099 second level had us going up against Scorpion, but the trophy took the sting out of him. This also meant we were finally gonna go back for the Spider's Grace. Oh, free for. Alright, lock in, lock in. I wanna make sure I get it this time. So far, so good. Just. Oh, hold on. I didn't even move. That. Huh? Like, I don't know what happened there if they intended it like that, but that section just gets you the trophy. But moving on to Scorpion, I figured him out pretty quickly. We had to throw these eggs at him to acidify the roof he was chilling on. Repeating this 3 more times is gonna get the boss fight done, thus getting us the trophy. Oh my god, I think we killed him, mate. What the? I don't know, Beanox. I think we took his life too. That also concluded the second round of trophies, meaning that we reached the end of Act 2 and the start of Act 3. Going for the Juggernaut for the trophy, something can stop Juggernaut. It started with us taking his helmet off. That's important, remember that. And having probably my favorite boss fight and level thus far. Then swiftly moving on to the Goblin for the Freak Show. Beanox then decided to start humbling me. These guys decided to fill this level with a lot, and I mean a lot of enemies. So much that I ended up getting a trophy for accumulating 1,000 enemies. Once we got to this behemoth, Beanox actually had a bit of variety here with stealth takedowns in between the fight, which was different to Hammerhead because you couldn't punch him for. His final phase introduced a plethora of enemies, as if I hadn't gone through enough already. During this phase, he'd pick up a pillar and start swinging. The important thing here was a Web of Destiny challenge. To avoid redoing this section during cleanup, I made sure to get this done before finishing the level, and of course, getting the trophy. And the humbling did not finish there, because our final 2099 level was against Doc Ock for the trophy Lay Down Your Arms. That level was straight dog. It was so repetitive and just move on. And off we moved on to Carnage for the trophy Minimized Carnage. There were sections like this which allowed you to build your rage meter, which ended up getting us 100 combo for a trophy. And his fight was actually one of the easiest, with you only needing to protect these Fire Mech shield agents to destroy the pod that contains Carnage. It was genuinely too easy, but it did get us the trophy and rounded up Act 3. Now we could finally go for the final story trophy, the Curtain Call. This was honestly just a collective of everything we had done throughout the game, and it did end up giving us 3 trophies on the trot. Now that the story was done, we had the rest of the trophies to do. Excluding some side trophies, we had a run of Hidden Spiders, Platinum Medals, and Web of Destiny challenges, meaning we had to start each level at least 2 times. And due to the nature of Platinum Medals, this could go up to 3. And why is that? How do these Platinum Medals work exactly? Well, for each level, there's an overall Platinum Medal that you can get. To get that, we need to complete the level on the hardest difficulty with a high combo rating, high amount of spider emblems collected, and a low finish time. Getting a platinum medal for all 3 gets an overall platinum medal for the level. To get a high amount of spider emblems, you're most likely gonna have to explore every inch of the map. Doing this alongside a quick runtime, it's just a downright disgraceful ask. Now luckily, you didn't have to do all of this together, meaning they can be done separately. But if there was a level where I needed a platinum medal for both the spider emblem and the runtime, I would have had to finish the level twice. So with me essentially playing through the game again, I went and got started. Right from the beginning, with 2 trophies available, we started with Close Call, which is essentially you stopping yourself 10 times from committing. That was probably the hardest one I've done so far. Then there was another trophy which needed you to do 50 charge attacks. And bearing in mind, I've already played through the entire game, and this attack was the first time I was even doing it. There was also this trophy to complete a boss phase without taking any damage. So I went back to the Hobgoblin and tried on his starting phase. This phase is similar to his end phase I did hours ago, just of course being a lot easier. And then doing all of Act 1 again meant I got amazing. Now Act 2 itself wasn't that bad. Well, apart from the Scorpion, I needed a high emblem collection and a low runtime for our overall platinum medal, so I needed 2 playthroughs. And due to me neglecting the Deadpool level so much, I had 105 emblems to collect. Yeah, 105. 5. So I spent a good hour and a half exploring every inch of the map just to get that sensational trophy. You know what? At least it's a silver. But my god, I'm so tired. Oh, what is next? Oh, I gotta do this twice. No! After spending a good 5 minutes breaking down, I locked in for the last combat trophy, which was coincidentally only possible on the Carnage level. This almost feels like cheating, but you know what? After what I've been through the past 4 or 5 hours, I think I deserve a little exploit. When I got to a combo that was more than 200, I ended up getting the trophy. But it's also important to remember that whilst I've been doing all of this, I've been collecting the hidden spiders on every level thus far, which also got me the trophy Bug Collector. And speedrunning the Carnage level through another run, I was able to finish off the last platinum medal to get the trophy Spectacular. And we have reached the final run of trophies, where we have the Web of Destiny challenges to do to finally get the trophy Manifest Destiny. Now remember when we took off the Juggernaut's helmet? Well, now we have to find it in the Sandman's Blizzard. What? Okay, that was blind luck. Hammerhead needed us to destroy 6 of these columns. The Hobgoblin had a plethora of combat ones, but one needed you to climb this massive antenna. Going back to where I did the Spider's Rage, there was one challenge to dispatch every electric creature outside the main power plant in less than 4 minutes. The Vulture's final fight needed us to spam our web shooters to drop his molotovs at least 3 times. 2099 also had a similar challenge prior to the previous one. 3 grabbing finishes needed to be performed on these Deadpool brutes to get another one. Using these silver sable guys, we had to throw 5 of them into each other. Inside this tent, there is a ball we can throw onto the goblin's henchmen. Doing that 5 times is gonna get another challenge done. Because I only learned about the charge attack too little too late, it was the only thing I had to use to get 5 consecutive hits as 2099. Then we finally got back to Carnage, and our last challenge we had left was at his first boss fight. During it, he can be baited into jumping in front of these reactors. Once he does this, the challenge needs you to zip kick him back into it. The timing needs to be just right because it is possible to fail it. Doing this 5 times is gonna get the challenge done, thus getting us Manifest Destiny. Just one more. Come on. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Alright. Oh, I done it. Give me the trophy. Ah, thank God. And now we can finally get the other trophies because like every game does, you unlock all the skills at the end when you got nothing left to do. Alright, this is the last one and it should be done. I'm not gonna lie, this game was very, very good, but that Doc Ock mission, man, f*** that mission.